The bao game, or bao lakete, has been played in the entire East African coast for many years by Swahili people. The origin of this game is not yet known, but it is believed that archaeologists have suggested that it was the first bao game played similar to this one was in Madagascar in 1658. So all over East African coast, people have been playing different versions of the bao or the board game. But the most popular one, which is played by the Swahili, is this one, which is bao lakete. The board is chopped out of the mahogany wood. It has 32 holes, and each played by 2 people, and each person has 32 seeds, so the total number of 64 seeds. The seeds are obtained from mangrove shrubs, trees which grows near the ocean. It's called scientifically as Cassapina cristata, kete, or sometimes called komwe. Culturally, in Lamu, you find that especially during evening time, here at the town square, the elderly people are the ones who are playing it, but still the youth can play. Because it is the main house, you start with the 6 seeds here, the highest number as you start. Then you have two seeds on this side, the 2 holes. The same happens on the other side, 6, 2, 2, and then each have 22 each. This is Kimbi, and then this is Kichwa. The back rows, sometimes, because you have sometimes, as I said, these are secure holes. You have seeds on the back row, they are secure, they cannot be harvested unless you take them in the front row. So each has to make sure that you are putting, starting sowing, you are putting, a seed in any of the holes, and you are making sure that you are taking your opponent's seeds. And this is the first stage of playing, which is kunamua, which is disengaging of getting out of the trap. So as they continue playing, you have to make sure that your front rows, inner rows, this is the inner row, they are not taken by your opponent. Because once your seeds in the front rows are taken up, the game is over, and then the other person wins the game. So as they continue playing, you put 1 seed, the ones which are in hands, one by one, continue playing that way until you finish the last seeds. And then that's the first stage of playing. It's over, and you begin the second stage, which is imtaji. The highest number of seeds, which is in the main house, could be up to 20 sometimes, and then you start playing them in each and every row on your side. And this is called kusafiri, to travel. Continue sowing on your side. But sometimes the game can be won when you are still at the kunamua stage, depending how you calculate. They will continue playing that way until they finish their seeds in their hands, and then the second stage begins. As they continue playing, calculations is necessary to make sure that your opponent doesn't take your seeds in the front row. Like they says, this is like practicing trade. You have to be smart in doing calculations all the time. See, he's taken almost all the seeds. If any of the seeds are almost empty in the front row, he can't make a move, and that's the game is over. The other side wins the game. You can only harvest on your opponent's side when your last seed ends in a non-empty hole. So if your seed, for instance, if you put a seed here and then there's another seed in here, you land here and then your opponent's side, you take the seeds on the other side and you continue playing. Sometimes you have found that, you have seen that he's lifted seeds from his opponents to count them, to make sure that how many are there and then how he can sow them out of his side. You can pick from your own house or hole when there is no seeds on your opponent's side, and continue playing that way, clockwise or anti-clockwise. So now they are done with the first stage. They are now beginning with the second stage, which is mtaji. The mtaji stage involves doing more calculations, making sure that you are taking more seeds from your opponent's side. And the second stage is very tricky, as you can see here. Sometimes there is a possibility of not, sowing the seeds from your opponent's side. And that it is when you don't have, you do calculations, you can't eat from your opponent, and this is called kutakata. See, he's taken two on the opponent's side. He's continue playing clockwise, going to the inner row, and then he landed here to the kichwa or the head. So he still continues taking more seeds from his opponents. So he continues doing that way until his opponent has few seeds or maybe remains with one seed and he cannot make any move.